Hi, I hope that you are vibrationally well wherever in this now moment you are sharing in this message with me. And as always, I want to preface that if this is a message that resonates with you, I welcome you in. And if it doesn't, maybe not yet, maybe not right now, I send you so much of love and so much of peace for your days ahead. Now, I wanted to share this message in two parts. The first part is really about why I choose to share my story. I have a lot of people who asked, where I've been, because I had stepped off most of social media, especially on LinkedIn, to kind of realign myself and around many of the projects and many of the things that I'm experiencing on a human level, but also in connection with my work and my purpose and all of the efforts that I craft and design for people that I support. And for me, sharing my story has two reasons why I do that. One is because many years ago, when I was going through a very hard time in my life experience, I felt very, very alone. I felt like I had no one to talk to, and that was a time that I could have um, had the support necessary to push me forward. And I always think of that time, and I believe that as a collective, no matter where you are and you're watching in, you might be going through a hard time. You might be going through things where you are struggling. It could be personally, or professionally as well. And I want you to know through this message that you're not alone, and that especially now during this time of COVID, all of us are experiencing some level of upheaval at and so I just want to let you know that you are okay and you are enough wherever you are right now, and know that you're not alone. So that's the first piece. The other thing that I wanted to share in today's message is, a lot of times you and I might be feeling triggered, maybe around a particular situation, an event, or with a person. And this could be, if you are a leader or a business owner in your professional space, in your life experience there. But, everything that we experience in one part of our life tends to have an impact on other areas of our life. And so I want to invite you to pause and to reflect on some of the feelings that you are experiencing through your life right now. A lot of times we have shame, we have guilt, we have embarrassment around what we have been conditioned to believe are negative and bad emotions like anger and frustration. You might be experiencing anger, frustration, anxiety, stress that might be impacting your sleep, your relationships, and the way you're focusing through your days. And so I want you to know that a lot of these things that you're experiencing and feeling are good ways to understand why it is that this thing or this person is triggering you. Because when you start to evaluate your feelings instead of dismissing them, when you start to embrace them and evaluate where is it coming from, why am I feeling like this around this person, you can start to release it instead of blocking it, instead of holding it and holding you down. Because remember, your emotions are energy, and energy doesn't die. It just morphs into something else, and it could be an up level, or it could be spiraling you down. And so I would encourage you to take the time to recognize all of your emotions. But at the same time, the second part of today's message is about understanding the power that you have to observe your feelings and your emotions without getting sucked in, without getting stuck. So if there is a situation or a person or something within yourself that's triggering these emotions, very strong emotions that take you down, that hold you back, that know that you always have the opportunity to work with your emotions and play the observer. A lot of times people don't know what that means. How do you play the observer in your own story? It takes time. It's been a personal journey for me to understand what playing the observer means. I facilitate this with my clients as well in coaching. And playing the observer, it can happen in many ways. You can do it alone through meditation. You can do it through free association. If you are working with a coach or a guide, that is also a very powerful way to help push you out of that zone that you think that you are stuck to your story, you're attached to your story. And so playing the observer helps you remove yourself so that you can gain and expand your perspective beyond maybe the stuckness and the stickiness that you're feeling. And so I want to wind down today's message to invite you into the thought and into the idea of understanding that, one, recognizing your story is very powerful, because when you start to understand where you are up leveling, but also what is holding you back. And let me tell you, we are all going through this collectively right now, so you're not alone. But recognizing your emotions, working with them, evaluating them, can help you move forward so that you can release it, you can experience peace of mind, you can focus better in your personal as well as your professional life experiences. And the other part is, how do you play the observer so that you don't tend to get sucked into your story, but you can continue to detach, you can continue to watch your story without getting sucked in. I hope that this message can amplify an intention to heal. I hope that it can amplify and activate the intention to ground you and to set you free. I love you wherever you are. Mwah.